All right, I know you guys heard of the news of DeMarcus Lawrence being out for an undisclosed amount of time, especially due to a foot injury, which is a broken bone in the foot. And those things take a long time to heal, especially, hear me out, especially as it relates to a defensive edge guy. You use your feet so much in a game. You use your feet a lot. So with that being said, the Cowboys are up against a tall task of finding that right defensive edge guy as well as the left defensive edge guy. One can argue that with Randy Gregory being out and DeMarcus Lawrence being out, that's a big blow for this team. Now, Randy Gregory, the good news, he'll be back soon. He just got to go through this protocol, and it's more likely that he would not complete the protocol of 2 negative tests by this weekend. So Bradley Anae, Dorrance Armstrong, those will be the guys. And of course, Terrell Basham. That's why it's so important. It's very important to have depth in this type of situation. Of course, we want Chauncey Golston to get out there, but he's on the IR list. So we are in a situation where it's the Cowboys. Got to play this thing out right and properly, right? Think about this. They got some guys that's dangling around out there on the free agent. I posted Olivier Vernon. He had 9 sacks last season. Of course, he ruptured his Achilles, I believe, on week 16 last year or something like that. So that recovery time frame, he may not be ready, but it's no harm in bringing in a guy for a cup of coffee. Bring him in and see whether or not he can work and utilize something to help this team out as it relates to a veteran skill set. That's just how it goes. Now, we've seen and heard stories before, and this is what we're hoping for, that somebody can grab hold to this opportunity and shine. But at the end of the day, I get it. A lot of people have their reservations on DeMarcus Lawrence. A lot of people don't trust DeMarcus Lawrence because he don't get a high sack total volume. However, he brings a lot of pressure, and he does a great job against the run. Solid. That edge, man, he set the containment, and a lot of running backs don't run on his side. Case in point, he forced a fumble last game. So he's an impact type of player in those fashion. I know sacks are always the glorious thing of this position, always the wonderful secret sauce of this position as it relates to edge rush. Now, we do have guys with positional flex, and I'm not saying you do these guys in this particular fashion. One being Jalen Smith, he can play edge, and that'd probably be a better situation for him, by the way, because his change of direction just really ain't there, in my opinion. I think that shooting off the edge, get to the quarterback, probably be his best suit. Instead of thinking, all you got to do is chase and get to the quarterback. It may be a good situation for him, but he may not want to do that. And according to the Cowboys staff and operation and the organization on how they do things, the players got more of the say of what they want to do opposed to the coaches. I'm just saying. Now, Michael Parsons, you can put him on the edge. He got positional flex. But I believe that Parsons would be better doing his role of sideline to sideline, dropping back in a hook, covering those areas and these sorts of things. I like him more out in space and, of course, occasionally blitzing through the A gap, occasionally squeezing him in through the B gap. And then occasionally, okay, you got C control. That was what I believe Parsons would be more beneficial to this team, collectively speaking. Now, the uphill battle, this is just what it is. The Dallas Cowboys defense, we asked for this defense to do one job. We don't want this defense week 1, week 2 to be number 1 defense in the NFL. All of that stuff is just extra sprinkles if we can get it that way. But what we're looking for the Cowboys defense to be is just top 15. Can you guys roll with me on that one, huh? Rock with me? That's what we want the Cowboys to do. And without DeMarcus Lawrence, of course, without Randy Gregory, that may be a tall order. But the Cowboys got to figure this out on their end, because at the end of the day, nobody cares about your team faults. No, this is what it's about. This is business. This league is just like the world. It will chew you up and spit you out. That's why I always tell people it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. So the Dallas Cowboys, they should have a list of guys ready to suit up with their chests out and say, hey, D-Law is out. Man, watch this. Let me show you what I'm going to bring to the table. That should be the philosophy. That should be the scheme. That should be the mindset. That should be the thought track of the guys that come onto this team and say, hey, I'm playing for the America's team, the silver and blue. I'm finna get out there and show to the world that I'm about that work action. That's what it should be. And the coaching staff should be able to motivate and elevate those guys. On other news, speaking of coaching staff, put your hands together and pray for Leon Lett. I heard that he was hurt. That's crazy. We got the protocol bug, because I'm not going to say that C word, because they'll take some stuff down because you say the C word. We got the protocol stuff. We got the injury stuff that's going around. Man, come on, Cowboys. I blame the person that say, man, the Cowboys can't catch a break, because that was exactly what happened. We caught a break. So let's not say anything of those parameters, Cowboy Nation. Let's not go down that road, by the way. So, heading into week 2, what are we going to do against Rashawn Slater and that other 4 offensive linemen? We still got to create pressure. We still got to create pressure. We still got to create pressure. This young quarterback, Justin Herbert, is a guy that goes through his reads, get the ball out. He's confident. He's staying tall in the pocket. He can wiggle out to the edge, and he's not afraid to release the ball down the field. But I believe he's still a young quarterback. In the hearts of hearts, Cowboy Nation, pressure still buzz pipes. But the Cowboys organization need to create that pressure. How they can do that? Still twist stunts are available. Oh, good coverages. Hey, coverage sack is necessary. The good thing, the wonderful thing, the marvelous thing is that D-Law all through training camp didn't get a lot of snaps. So we were able, collectively speaking, get some of that production, get some of that action out of some of the guys that's trying to make this team anyway. So you bring and elevate them off the practice squad, or you bring and elevate them on whatever practice squad they may have went to, or you do your due diligence and you just make sure that you call the 31 other teams and say, hey, we need this guy. Or hey, even in the secondary, we want to bring this guy in for a cup of coffee. I've seen, even in the secondary situation, of course, we have our reservations on Anthony Brown. And on top of that, boss man Fat, he's on his way back into the folds. And of course, Nashawn Wright, he didn't get a chance to practice today because of some of the off the field with the family situation that's going on. We hope all is well there. But they should have in their Rolodex, their mental Rolodex, and also the people, the scouting department that did their homework, they should have people that they can call. I think Gary Conley, former first-round draft pick, he's somewhere out there on the free market. You bring him in for a cup of coffee. I'm telling people, a lot of people just don't get it. This, hear me out, this is a no-excuse business. The world will continue to spin, just like last year. No fans in the stand. Oh, we going through this and going through that. There was still a Super Bowl champion at the end of the year. There were still teams that overcame. So what I'm saying, collectively speaking, the Dallas Cowboys got to get out of this mud and stand tall and understand that, yeah, we may be up against the mercy seat of having La'el Collins out because he didn't take a test on time and he's missing 5 games. But Now you got to sit there and say, all right, cool. We got this guy ready to come in. We can coach this guy up to the levels that he's supposed to be in. Or you did your proper evaluation and did your homework, and you got a guy that's ready to stand firm, juxtapose, or same way as it relates to a defensive guy coming in, ready to stand firm. Bradley and I, hey, he may be that guy that can do something. I like his motor. Even the short, small guy. That's, what's from the Ivory Coast, what's his name? Azura Kamara. Now it's time for him to step up. Showcase to the world. The good thing is, hear me out, Cowboy Nation. The good thing, there's not a lot of tape on these guys. The element of surprise, you punch them in the mouth, leave them with the raggedy tooth. That can happen. But you got to get your guys coached up and ready to play. No jelly bellies, baby. No jelly bellies. Y'all just got to be ready to play. Y'all got to be ready to ball out. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concern of the guys that's not here. And how we going to formulate a plan to win. It's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. We out. Peace. Yo, I thought I was out. I'm sitting there hitting the button and I'm not out. But we out, baby. Yo.